Amid the many anime released every year, only a handful truly manage to satisfy both audiences and critics. Some rare titles have even achieved a perfect 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes. That's no small feat. These aren't just popular anime. They're works with storytelling, characters, and execution that are nearly flawless. So, which anime made the list? One. Solo Leveling. The story follows Sung Jin-woo, an E-rank hunter who is widely considered the weakest among those who fight monsters emerging from mysterious gates. During a high-risk dungeon raid, Jin-woo and his party are trapped inside a hidden double dungeon filled with deadly trials. After barely surviving the incident, he awakens to a strange system that allows him to gain experience points, complete quests, and level up his abilities, something no other hunter can do. As Jin-woo continues to grow stronger, he begins taking on increasingly dangerous missions, uncovering hidden dungeons, and facing powerful enemies that threaten humanity. Along the way, he also becomes entangled in larger mysteries surrounding the origin of the gates, the nature of his powers, and the existence of higher beings. His journey is not just about becoming stronger, but about understanding the responsibility and consequences that come with overwhelming power. 2. Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan. This spin-off centers on Rohan Kishibe, a highly dedicated and eccentric manga artist who seeks real-life experiences to improve the authenticity of his work. Rohan possesses a supernatural ability called Heaven's Door, which allows him to turn people into book-like entities, read their memories, and even alter their actions by writing commands into them. Each episode presents a standalone story in which Rohan encounters bizarre and often unsettling phenomena, ranging from cursed locations to individuals with strange conditions. His curiosity frequently leads him into dangerous situations where the line between reality and the supernatural becomes blurred. The series focuses heavily on psychological tension and mystery, with each story exploring different aspects of human behavior, fear, and obsession. 3. Kaiju Number 8. Kafka Hibino works as part of a cleanup crew responsible for disposing of the remains of giant monsters, known as kaiju, after they are defeated by Japan's defense force. Despite once aspiring to join the defense force alongside his childhood friend Mina Ishiro, Kafka failed the entrance exams and settled for a less prestigious role. One day, an unusual incident causes Kafka to transform into a kaiju himself, granting him immense strength and regenerative abilities. Now labeled as Kaiju Number 8, he must hide his identity while attempting to re-enter the defense force and fight alongside humans. The story explores Kafka's struggle to maintain his humanity while being hunted as a potential threat, as well as the growing danger posed by increasingly intelligent and powerful kaiju. 4. One Punch Man. Saitama is an ordinary man who decided to become a hero for fun. Through intense training, he has achieved unmatched strength, allowing him to defeat any opponent with a single punch. However, this overwhelming power leads to an unexpected problem. He no longer finds any excitement or fulfillment in battle. As he joins the Hero Association, Saitama encounters a wide range of heroes and villains, each with their own motivations and abilities. Despite his strength, he remains largely unrecognized due to the system's ranking structure. The series balances action with humor while also exploring themes of recognition, purpose, and what it truly means to be a hero in a world driven by appearances and status. 5. Delicious in Dungeon. The story follows Leos and his party of adventurers as they venture deep into a dungeon to rescue his sister, who was devoured by a dragon. With limited resources and no time to return to the surface, the group decides to sustain themselves by cooking and eating the monsters they encounter. They are joined by Senshi, a dwarf with extensive knowledge of monster cuisine, who teaches them how to properly prepare various creatures. As they descend deeper, the group encounters different ecosystems within the dungeon, each with its own rules and dangers. Beyond its unique premise, the series explores survival, teamwork, and the intricate balance of life within a fantasy environment, while also gradually developing its characters and overarching narrative. 6. Dragoon Stampede. Set on a desert-like planet, the story follows Vash the Stampede, a man with a massive bounty on his head due to the destruction attributed to him. Despite his reputation, Vash is actually a pacifist who avoids killing and seeks to protect human life whenever possible. As journalists track his movements to uncover the truth, they begin to realize that Vash is constantly pursued by enemies connected to his past. The series delves deeper into his origins, his relationship with his brother Knives, and the philosophical conflict between destruction and compassion. This version reimagines the original story with updated visuals and a more detailed exploration of its characters and world. 7. Neon Genesis Evangelion. In a world recovering from a catastrophic event known as the Second Impact, humanity faces new threats from mysterious beings called angels. Shinji Ikari, a teenage boy, is recruited by his father to pilot a giant biomechanical weapon known as an Evangelion to fight these entities. While the premise suggests a typical mecha story, the series focuses heavily on the psychological struggles of its characters. Shinji, along with other pilots like Rei and Asuka, deals with issues such as isolation, identity, and emotional trauma. As the story progresses, it becomes increasingly complex, incorporating philosophical and existential themes, while revealing deeper secrets about the Evangelions, the angels, and the true nature of humanity's survival efforts. 8. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. After defeating the Demon King, a group of heroes disbands and returns to their normal lives. Frieren, an elf mage with a lifespan far longer than humans, continues her journey while her former companions age and eventually pass away. Realizing that she never fully understood the emotions and connections she shared with them, Frieren sets out on a new journey to learn more about humanity and the value of relationships. Along the way, she takes on new companions and revisits places tied to her past. The story emphasizes themes of time, memory, and emotional growth, presenting a slower, more reflective narrative compared to typical fantasy adventures. 9. Dan Dan. The story revolves around Momo Ayase and Ken Takakura, nicknamed Akron. Two high school students with opposing beliefs. Momo believes in ghosts, but not aliens, while Akron believes in aliens, but not ghosts. To prove each other wrong, they investigate paranormal locations, only to discover that both aliens and spirits exist. Their encounters grant them unusual powers, pulling them into a series of escalating supernatural conflicts involving various entities. As they navigate these bizarre situations, the relationship between Momo and Akron develops, blending action, humor, and romance. The series stands out for its fast-paced storytelling and unpredictable events, while still maintaining a consistent narrative direction. 10. Cowboy Bebop. Set in a future where humanity has colonized space, the story follows a group of bounty hunters traveling aboard the spaceship Bebop. The crew, Spike Spiegel, Jet Black, Faye Valentine, and others, take on various jobs to capture criminals across different planets. While most episodes are self-contained, each character carries a past that gradually unfolds throughout the series. Spike's history with a criminal syndicate and his connection to a man named Vicious form the central storyline. The anime blends multiple genres, including science fiction, western, and noir, while exploring themes of loneliness, regret, and the inability to escape one's past.